Hey there, y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. Getting stuff set up and ready and going, and wait for some more folks to get in here. I know it's just me right now. It says one more, but you have to tell me who you are because it's invisible. I can't see who you are. Oh, hey there, Audie. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in here. Always good to chat with you. So, but yeah, I guess you saw the thumbnail that was there. This is canned canned barbecue. So I thought that was quite interesting and funny, and I was like, well, I got to try it out. But like I said in my comment at the earlier part of the live for y'all, before I got everything set up, I was like, it almost feels like a sin to do it, to eat it, because I'm used to homemade good stuff and stuff that takes time, and I put the time into it, or family members put the time into making it. So we'll see how it is. I'm interested to see how it is. Well, hey there, Mary. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you again for being in here. Always good to see you as well and chat with you too. So yeah, the canned canned barbecue here. So it says established in 1717. So maybe yeah, there you can see it. That's pretty old. Big B distributions. So I just thought it was funny. I was in my local Rural King looking around and looking at their spices and stuff because they've got a nice selection of different spices and rubs. They got suckle busters and a lot of different ones I'd never heard of. And I've tried a few of them out before and they've been good. And so I always like to look and check and see what they had. I almost got one, but I didn't. It's kind of it was Suckle Busters as well. It was their competition barbecue rub. I thought about getting it, but I didn't because this kind of threw me off and saw it, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get that, see how it is. Hey there, Natasha. How you doing? Thank you for being in here. Hope you're doing well. Hey there, North Texas barbecue addicts as well. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for jumping on in to try this out in a little bit to see how it is. You had me at pork and barbecue. We're glad to see you making trips. Yeah. Hey there, Jigsaw Joe. How you doing? Good to see you as well. Been a little while, but hope you're doing well. Always good to see you. Doing well. Good deal. Hey there, boardroom. Good to see you as well. Thank you too for jumping on in here. Always good to see some familiar faces. Well, I'm not technically seeing your face. I'm seeing your thumbnail, and then your chats that they pop up. But yeah, I was in Real King, saw that, and then I saw this too, and I'm a fan of different types of sodas and stuff, so thought I'd try it out. It says it's a Shirley Temple, so that's gonna be like I think a cherry ginger ale type deal. So I was like, I'll try that out. There we go. Got the lid off. They've got a different kind of. Oh, it smells good already. They've got all different kind of drinks before too that I've seen. They've had like banana and they've had a chocolate one and stuff like that. I've tried them out and they were pretty good. The banana one was pretty good. The chocolate one was kind of I don't know. It was kind of disappointing. It was kind of a fake chocolate taste. It's kind of like a Tootsie Roll form of a soft drink. I could say that's about how it tastes. Let's barbecue. Yeah, if you can call this barbecue, like I said, it almost feels like a sin to do it. It says maybe served on a bun right there. So I've got some buns here and the waiting to make. Well, I'm not making them, ballpark making them. I'm just putting the meat on it. So it says pit cooked barbecue with barbecue sauce. Big D Distributions, Evansville, Indiana. Well, no wonder. Indiana, they don't know how to do barbecue. No, I'm just kidding. If you're Indiana person. Ingredients. Boy, they got it hard to see. Writing's little and it's blue and dark writing. It's hard to see. Let's see. Pork, water, tomato paste, sugar, vinegar, salt, flavorings, Worcestershire sauce, W sauce, as I say, or as my papa used to call it, the W sauce. I think he probably said it that way so he didn't have to say it. Let's see. Salt, caramel color, garlic, sugar, tamarind, natural flavors, lemon juice, spices, mustard, paprika, and onion. So not terrible sounding stuff. It's just still odd. It's in a can. Oh, get the smoker out this weekend. Awesome. Audie, hope you can. It's always fun to get it out and cook up something. I plan to hopefully soon. I got a brisket I want to cook for the family with who all can get together. So I know I can't eat it all at once. It take me quite a while to eat it, so I figured might as well share it with them. So hopefully plan to do that. That drink smells good. Smells sweet. Don't let's see. 42 sugars. It just says water, filtered, carbonated, pure cane sugar, natural flavors, citric acid, and then stuff. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's like a lemon lime cherry, which I thought that would be ginger ale, lemon lime cherry, because that's the Shirley Temple cocktail, which is non-alcoholic. It's pretty good. I like it. Worcestershire, yeah, it's a fun word to say. I try to say it right, and probably still not saying it right. Worcestershire or Worcestershire. I don't know. Close enough. When you say it, even if you said it right, or if you didn't say it right, someone would be like, "Oh, I know what you're talking about." And then if there's someone like, "Well, you say it like this," we'll be like, "Well, I'm glad you can say it. Thank you." Said you picked it up at Real King. Yeah, Audie, I did. Sure did. I got one just like right up the street. I got it's Real King, and then my Foodland where I get my groceries and stuff. They're just right side by side, so that's where I went to find it. Like I said, they got a lot of good spices. They're fun to look at. They got a lot of different hot sauces that are fun to look at and try out. And I did the video with the dill hot sauce and then the zombie one, whatever it was, one of the ones that was on Hot Ones, and it was hot. It was delicious. It tastes, I mean, fantastic, but it was hot. They got, I saw that it was jalapeno ketchup. I almost got it. I was like, oh, that sounds good on a burger or a hot dog. I was like, that sounds really good, but I didn't because this had caught my eye, so I went ahead and got this and found some charcoal too. They had B&B lump or briquettes for like $9. So I went ahead and got me 3 bags of it to have on stock for cooking. So I stocked up a little bit for some fun videos, hopefully, and then for just fun eating for me, which I was sharing with y'all too. But yeah. Oh yeah, thank you there, Natasha. Really appreciate it. Y'all hit the thumbs up if you'd like to. If you don't, you probably don't like chops. That's what I'm gonna guilt trip you. Oh, funny. Good to catch up. I've been busy. Well, I appreciate it there for allowing me your time to be in here, Joe. I really do appreciate it. Time is a valuable thing, and y'all are offering me now y'all's for either watching a video or just sitting here and chatting now. So I appreciate it very much. Gotta cook up something up with Worcester sauce. Yeah, hey, it's great. It's great stuff for marinating steaks on steaks or making jerky, which I made actually. I made some jerky this week. It's gone already, which usually that's how it goes. It's gone by no time. But I found some beef. I think it was 2 bottom rounds that were pretty cheap, so I cut them up in about 1/4 inch pieces or so. Seasoned them up with some of the Worcestershire teriyaki and soy, and then sprinkled some of the South Texas red of uh, Uncle Steve's on them. Good. Let them sit overnight. I could talk in the fridge and let them marinate for a while overnight, and then dehydrate them the next day and chow down on it for a few days. It didn't have any what do you call it, the pink salt, the curing agent or anything in it, so kind of got to keep it in the fridge. But usually when we make it, we get it gone so fast that you don't have to worry about it ever going bad. I know the first dehydrator we had, me and my brother wore it out all the time, making either deer jerky or beef jerky. My granny had it, and I guess she didn't use it that much, and she'd give it to us, and me and him wore it out, making jerky and stuff all the time. It's fun. I can't remember what brand that was. I don't know, some brand. It worked, did the job. We got a Cuisinart, however you say it. It does really good. You got to spray the trays. If you don't, you won't get your jerky off because it spray the trays or you stuck jerky. It took a little longer because some of my pieces I cut were pretty thick, so it took about 6 hours or so for it probably to totally get done. But it's worth the wait for sure. It was really good. I'm just confident in how you say it, and people will probably think how you say it, and they've said it wrong. They're talking. Oh yeah, about the Worcestershire, their boardroom. Yeah, that ketchup is pretty good. My son uses sriracha ketchup. Oh yeah, okay. I need to go back and try it out. The jalapeno ketchup. It sounded good. It sounded really good. Sriracha ketchup sounds good too. That garlicky top spiced heat. That would be good. Everyone likes chops. Exactly, Natasha. You can't not like chops. I love my buddy. He's funny. I got my chops report today. Dad called and we chatted for a little while because he was checking in on me because I went to the doctor's office today to do my PET scan and stuff. So we were chatting about that, and he's doing my daily choppy report of how he's doing. Said he's doing good, trying to stay cool because it's hot out there. I know when I was coming back from the doctor's office, I know his because the car was sitting there for a little bit, but it said 106 on the thermostat. Our thermometer. I was like, woo! It cooled on down to 95, if you can say 95 is cool, but I was like 106. That's awful, and it was toasty, but yeah, I said Chops are doing good. Just got done with eating his supper after his riding run because they always go get the mail and then let Chops run back so he can see if he can chase squirrels or rabbits or pee on everything and check his pee mail if he's got any pee mail from any friends. But he's doing good. Thank you there, Joe. Appreciate it. You're hungry. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I've only ate once a day, and that's it. So I'm trying to think. Oh, I had some hot dogs and some little chili on it. Hey there, Luther. Neil, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I just saw you posted a video. I'd saved it to my watch later list. I think it was jalapeno poppers or whatever. So always intrigued and happy to eat some of them. Now I don't know if it's Luther style. If I'd be happy to eat them. It might be a little too much for me to handle. But if they're regular poppers like I'm used to, I'm the wimpy ones, as you might say, that I could possibly handle those. Is it humid where you are, John? Oh yeah, Audie, yeah, it sure is. I think it's always humid here. Let's see what the weather app says. Oh, James Spann, that's who we kind of look at all the time. Him or uh, the guy on YouTube, the Ryan Hall, y'all. He's really good. It says it's 90, feels like 93, but 92. So only 31% humidity. So not as terrible as what it has been, but yeah, usually it is. It's when it's gets on into summer, it gets humid, hot, bad. So 97 it says, and 73 tomorrow. Got some rain coming on Sunday and Monday though. Maybe that'll cool it off for us because it gets hot for sure. I'm about to get silly creative in the kitchen. Okay, Joe, awesome. I'm excited to. Oh, had one of my lights went out. That's all right. Still got that one in front of me and this one, so maybe it'll last a little while. I guess I could have charged them up. Open this up. See what it smells like if I can get it open. It says on the top, says for ease of opening, carefully puncture lid. I don't know. Maybe I can say that. So maybe I can get it open. Yeah, it's coming. There it comes. Smells like barbecue grease and barbecue sauce mixed together. Don't smell terrible, but don't smell good. Mainly sauce. There comes a chunk. It almost looks like brisket. Maybe. I don't know. It's stuck in there. Yeah. Don't. It says pork, but it looks like brisket slices. I don't know. Maybe y'all can see that dripping. Go put this in the microwave to warm up. Let that warm on up for a while, and then I'll try to make a sandwich and see how it turns out. So, oh, hey there, Drunken Chef Barbecue. Thank you for coming on in here. Good to see you, and hope you're doing well. out of the box, you would enjoy them. After that, not so much. Yeah, I figured it might get a little toasty for me there, Luther. Did he just say barbecue grease? Yeah, it smells like barbecue grease. Like if you smoke something for a while and then the next day or whenever you go to kind of straighten up and clean up in your smoker, that smell of the grease in the bottom of the smoker, that's what it smelled like. So interested to see how it is. It may be bad. I don't know, but it looked like almost slices of brisket instead of pork. So I don't know if they smoked up a butt and sliced it, or if it's something else sliced up. So I don't know. But yeah, I said I saw my doctor today, or well, I did see her. She FaceTime me and we did a telehealth visit over the phone. But I went and did my PET scan this morning, so had to do the diet and stuff for that. So not eating nothing, no carbs wise, and just eating protein, which I was fine with that because I like meat anyway. And then did that this morning. Went well. I reckon she didn't have the results right when she called me, but she said she'd call back if there was anything odd on there. So, and she didn't call back. So hopefully everything checked out fine. I know from her CT that everything was checking out pretty good, and the tumors had responded to the chemo, so that's good. So still got to go to Birmingham on the 29th to go and see with them and talk with them, see what they're thinking. She's wanting me to go down there too on my brother-in-law's birthday too. And also that's the day I had my thymectomy surgery for my MG of removing one of the tumors. So crazy date that it fell on that. So she wanted me to talk with them about possible radiation and stuff, seeing how the tumors might uh, respond to it. But I've heard they respond well to radiation, so we'll see. Possibly surgery too. She said talk to them about that, see if there's any that they might be able to remove or uh, get smaller or whatever else through maybe some surgical intervention. And then she said immunotherapy as well. So if there's anything to kind of keep it, we got to maintain like we are and not get any worse and not have to go through chemo over and over and over or whatever. So, but we'll see. We'll see how Birmingham thinks and what they think. So I know they did my initial treatment plan of the chemo that I did last time. So of having to go and stay in the hospital to do. So we'll see how it goes. I'll get back with y'all and let y'all know how everything went with it. So I cooked my scrambled eggs with barbecue grease. Well, that might be pretty good. I know I like a lot of butter cooked in with my scrambled eggs, so might be pretty good there, Joe. Is Brandon okay camping? I think he's already back there. He did his first little survival deal camping, and then he just did the hiking one. And I thought I saw a message on Facebook that he was done with it and back, and that he'd be doing his normal live and stuff tonight. So we'll be able to chat with him on there to see how it went. So I reckon he's okay. I reckon he survived. I think he did it some out through Noxubee County. Some of the trails are somewhere in there in Mississippi. So I think he said Noxubee or whatever, but I always thought it was Noxubee, but I don't know. Could be the way he said it too. So I don't know. how long did the PET scan take itself? The longest part was waiting when they injected the dye or medicine or whatever it was, the agent that they used to pick up during the scan. Got my IV, had to get stuck twice because they couldn't really get it good there, so I had to come over here and stick and get on my left side and got it, and gave me the medicine or whatever it was, the agent that they used, and then I had to wait an hour with it before we ever did the scan. And then once that hour was up, we were able to do the scan. And I think she said once I got in there, and she said over the little speaker, it'll be like 27 minutes. So it didn't take terribly long. It just longest part was kind of waiting to do it. So, but wasn't bad. Just long time laying with your arms up like this, going through a little tunnel. So, but it wasn't too bad. Just believe so. He done camping and made it back home. Yeah, I think that's right, Natasha. That he's back now. I think that beat too. So I'm gonna check it. Handle felt hot, so maybe it's hot. Still, I don't know. Still don't smell the best. So we'll see though. Still get some pickles, because if you got barbecue, you gotta have pickles. Or I think so. So these are bread and butter. I like that kind of sweet tanginess taste with the barbecue, and then that different texture will get the crunch of them as well. So get me a few on there. That worked out about perfect. Got 4. Sweet. Let's try. Yeah. Whew. That's hot. That lid is hot. Hot. Stick that little closer. Get some pieces out. It feels hot. Yeah, it's still. Ooh, man, that's hot. But I did have it in the microwave for about like 5 minutes, so we'll see. Yeah, it still smells like cheap tomato soup and barbecue grease. So if you can kind of get that scent in your head, I'm trying to put enough on there. It's kind of breaking all apart. There we go. That's a pretty good portion, I think, to start with. Is see. There we go. Got it made. Maybe y'all can see it there. So here we go. Canned barbecue. Hot. Not much flavor to it. It's dry tasting or feeling. And it tastes about like what I said, kind of a cheap tomato soup and barbecue meat. That barbecue meat's dry and no smoke to it. Yeah. So if you see canned barbecue like that, I would say pass. Because if you're wanting good barbecue, this is not good barbecue. It's got sauce all over it that's not good sauce. It's dry, and they don't have much flavor to it. I'm just eating it because I bought it, so kind of gotta eat it. The pickles are good. Yeah, if you say the pickles are good to the barbecue and that's it, yeah, something's wrong with the barbecue. And I don't know what cut they used. It ain't a butt. It almost feels like they used the back straps or loin because it's got that texture to it like an overcooked loin. So I'll eat it because I bought it, but not good. Not good barbecue. If you want good barbecue, either have a good barbecue restaurant near you or have a family member or yourself because dry, no flavor. See, that's I don't know, that looks a little bit like a pulled pea, but that looks more like sliced piece of slice off of a tenderloin. It's drier too. It's like it's overcooked. Pit cooked. They don't sure don't taste pit cooked either. I don't get any smoke taste whatsoever. So, but hey, it's something to eat. It's just not the best thing to eat. And I think it's pretty cheap for that. I think it was $6 for that, and it's like 2 pounds. So shredded up, you can kind of make quite a few sandwiches with it. So it might be a cheaper meal at least. But good barbecue, no. Hey there, Lonnie. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for tuning on in. Like I said, I was trying out the canned barbecue. Try it out, so y'all don't have to. So yeah, if you see it, I'd say pass on it unless you just wanting a cheap meal to try out because it wasn't too terribly expensive at least. Need some hot sauce. Yeah, hot sauce might help it out there. Audie, give it a little bit more flavor for sure because it lacks flavor and life especially lacks flavor on the smoke taste for sure. That jar said that it had been in business at 1770. It did, sure did. There, Audie, maybe I can say it again. Established in 1717 right there. So been doing it a while, but I haven't been doing it right for a while. Not in my taste. They may do their barbecue different in, I think, Evansville, Indiana. Yeah, Evansville, Indiana. So yeah. If y'all do it that way and enjoy it, hey, that's fine. Just try it a different way. That's all I got to say. At least try. Yeah, the drink's really good. I like it. The Shirley Shirley Temple cherry lemon lime. It's good. I like it at least. I tried the Jack Daniels pulled pork. Was decent for just a microwave barbecue. Yeah, I've seen some of their stuff before, but I don't think I've tried it out. I know they one time they had like a bucket you could buy that had like a little tin bucket and had some meat and stuff in it, like ribs or maybe pulled pork. I don't know, but yeah. Now they have some okay sauces. Their old number seven was pretty good. Now it seems like they changed the taste of it, and it's not as good anymore. Sweet Baby Ray's is pretty good. Kraft is okay, especially for cooking and doing like kind of just a finishing glaze. Their honey, their honey one that they have, it's actually pretty good to finish up with. As a barbecue master, where does the best barbecue come from? I'd say yourself there, Natasha, or just someone that takes the time to do it right. That's where it comes from. They just treat the meat right, and then don't try to rush too bad, and then just let it get to the right temperature and get the right smoke on it. Not one that's rolling charcoal on it and getting it kind of too heavy smoke and stuff. Just a good, nice light smoke, and then just tender it up right. Get it like to the right temperature and with like pulled pork. It's like in the 200s or right at the 200s or so. And really kind of just depends on the meat. It kind of tells you if it's done or not. And then same with the brisket. It's like either 200 to 205 usually. But really, again, it's just kind of what the meat's saying. If it's brisket, if it's kind of good and jiggly like Jello, and then if you're pulling it, if the internal temperature thermometer, like I say, will come out. If it comes out clean, the bone in there, if it comes out pretty clean, it's ready to go. So you just gotta let the meat tell you when it's done, and then kind of just go like your normal cooking, and then your temperature, however you do it right. So with brisket, I like to do it a little higher, but with butts, I can kind of do them 250, 275 range. Usually that's how I do them. Sweet Baby Ray's sweet and spicy is my favorite barbecue sauce. Yeah, I've seen it and I've had it, and it is pretty good. I do like it. It is a good one. I had one the other day at my sister's house because they did a quick little impromptu cookout because my brother-in-law had got him a outdoor little fire pit, so he cooked up some steaks and some chicken tenders, and we did marshmallows, of course. If you got a fire, you kind of have marshmallows over it. So it was the sauce that we had, or they got to try out there, was a white barbecue sauce, which that's what Alabama we're kind of known for it. But it was Duke's. I really like the Duke's mayo, so that was fun to be able to try out the white sauce, and it was good, really good for sure. I liked it, but it's good with chicken or turkey or pork to me too. I like it with pork as well. It was okay with brisket, but kind of lends better and lends itself better to chicken turkey to me. I know what is it? In Decatur, Big Bob Gibsons. They kind of about baptize their chickens and the white sauce that they have. They give them a good dunking. So and they got pretty decent barbecue. I've ate there I think twice. So and it was all right. I really like it. They've got a pretty good white sauce. It's good and tangy, so I like it. SBR makes a good SNS. I got you there, Joe. Okay, Duke's mayo. Yeah, Duke's Duke's the best to me that I've found or that I like, and it's kind of a southern mayo too. I think it's North Carolina or somewhere. I think so. I'd have to look on the jar, but I think it is. It's one of the Carolinas. Hellman's and Blue Plate, they do make a pretty good mayo as well. Let me rephrase. You like a sweet barbecue or a tangy barbecue? Oh, let's see. Both. uh, yeah, I might lean towards like the tangy, vinegary type barbecue taste more. I like it, especially on pulled pork. I think it lends itself really, really well. That kind of vinegar, kind of to cut that fattiness of the meat, which I think is a good combo together. So I kind of like that vinegar kind of tanginess with the barbecue with pork. With brisket, maybe more of a just a savory kind of nothing too sweet, just a good barbecue sauce, nothing too sweet. If I'm having sauce with it, most of the time I just eat them plain. So, how are you feeling today? Hope your everything is going well. So thank you there, Lonnie. You did doing pretty good. Like I said, I actually went to my doctor's office today to do PET scan that we needed done for. I went to Birmingham and then did a visit over the phone with my doctor to kind of go over what she wanted me to talk with the doctors in Birmingham about. So, and usually I go in for it, but she did the phone. She FaceTimed me and we did a telemed visit. But she said that she had COVID, unfortunately, so I felt bad for her. I could tell she looked like she was not feeling as peppy because usually she's always happy and ready to go and super nice. And I could tell she was kind of fighting through, so I felt bad for her. I told her I was sorry. She's like, "Well, you didn't do it," and I was like, "Well, yeah, I know that. It's just still feel sorry for you for not feeling well." So, hey there, Thought Food. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being in here. Always good to see you. Do you make beef jerky often? Well, not as often as what I'd like. I'd like it a lot, but if I find beef at a decent price, then I'll make it. But I don't make it as often as what I'd like for sure. But it is tasty and then fun to make, and then the smell in the house or in the apartment is quite intoxicating for a while. Getting that just smell of the jerky as it cooks. It smells good in here though. That kind of saltiness of the beef and then the Worcestershire sauce kind of coming through and teriyaki and soy and stuff. So it's good. It's good and fun to smell for sure. Kind of in the anticipation of waiting waiting to chow down on it. So we used to use a local barbecue sauce called BS barbecue here. Okay. Yeah. We had one when I lived closer to Hamilton. Oh, here went my other light. Oh well. Still got my light here. It's not as bright, so maybe I can still see me. maybe in here too. But yeah, it was a Parker's barbecue, and they had a barbecue sauce, and it was really good. It wasn't too sweet, but just sweet enough, and then it had a good kind of consistency to it. It was kind of in between of creamy and runny, so it was really good. I wish I knew the recipe to it because it was it was good, savory, touch of sweetness, but not overly sweet. But it was good. They made their some homemade pork rinds as well, some original and then barbecue that they were really good. I always when I went there, I got their combination plate because it had like ribs and chicken and pulled pork and some other stuff on it. And I think he had like two sides and a roll too, and it was fairly cheap. So it was the way to go if you went there to me because you got their kind of whole spread of what they had plus sides and everything else. So it was good. It was kind of out in the middle of nowhere too, and the building didn't look that fancy and stuff. So usually when you find places like that, you've got good barbecue. And they had a big old pig out on front on a little statue up in the air. So I always like to see that. We had one kind of down the road. There was a barbecue place that went out of business. They had a big old pig out front that was had their mailbox on top of the pig. I was like, man, I'd like to have that pig. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I kind of like to have it. Be funny to have. But it's a big old pig. I made I make it sometimes. It's very expensive in the UK. I have a dehydrator and use the oven. Yeah, you can use the oven for sure. It's just not well. It might not take as long or about as long as a dehydrator. Just run it kind of at the lower setting, 170 or so, or whatever, however low your oven will go, and then just kind of cook it off and let it go. And then you can do smoker too as well, but you got a smoker, you got to kind of have one that's a pellet smoker or gas assist or something where you can kind of have a lower temperature so you're not kind of just burning it up quick and kind of drying it out really, really fast. So you kind of want to slow cook and dry, not quick and dry. Also, when we have barbecue in the UK, we also make barbecue tandoori chicken. We call it red chicken. If you ever tried it, you should. Oh, yeah, sounds good for sure. I've heard of tandoori chicken. I don't know if I've really ever had it, but yeah, I've heard of it, and it sounds really good. We have a big Indian culture here in the UK, so that's where barbecue tandoori chicken, yeah, comes from. Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's so much food in this world. That's true. There, Bordering. How's the great working out in the smoker? It did really good. I did the first cook with it with the bacon wrapped hot dogs that I did for the barbecue dog creations that the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla had kind of tagged me in to do. I was like, yeah, I'm always up for doing hot dogs for sure. So that was my first cook on it. You might see some cooks with the old grate. That was kind of pre-grate, so they're kind of out of order. But I went ahead and had to get that video out because it was like the 8th through the 15th was when they was wanting them done. So you'll see a few with the old grate, but it did really good. I did kind of a seasoning process with it during the cook of it. I let it cook an hour with just spraying the coating of the seasoning on there. Let it cook for an hour, and then I put on the dogs, sprayed it again, wiped it down, and let it did another hour. So I did 3 different rounds of kind of spraying it down and letting it kind of get seasoned up. So hopefully, hopefully it's kind of seasoned up good. And I need to Need to maybe do another cook like that where I can just put a few more layers of seasoning on it before I kind of throw anything on top of it. So I do have some sausages. I could do those in a skillet and just do it just an easy cook. I don't know. Probably won't film it because it wouldn't be nothing. But yeah, I like it. I think I'm gonna really like it. I like it being much heavier than the old one for sure. So I do like that about it. Where did you get the grape for your smoker? I got it actually on Amazon. I was looking around for different grades. I was thinking on getting a cast iron one because y'all know my love of having cast iron, and looked around at quite a few different ones I had. That one was just like a half moon one that had just like grates on one side and like a griddle top deal on the other side. And then they had two like great ones, whereas like the half moon deal, and then they had one that was like in quarters, and had another one where it was just a whole grate together. And I was thinking about getting one of the cast iron ones. Then I found that one. I think I'd seen someone cook with one. I was like, I like that grate. And I checked around with UDS because it's an ugly drummer smoker type part. Just the 22 and 75th, 22.75 was the size of the inches. And I knew that one would hold the 22-inch Weber stuff. So I knew it fits. So that's where I found it. I found it on Amazon. They had one like that one with the handles on it. And then they had one where it didn't have upright handles. It just had kind of slots where you could pick up. But I enjoy the handles because I can hang it on my uh, little rack that's on this side or little bar that's on that side. So that's why I went with the handles. And too, if you got a runaway hot dog or something, it won't kind of run off and fall through a little hole there. So that's why I kind of went with the handles as kind of a barrier and easier grip to get off. So I like it. Going to be a good addition, I think, there. So uh, let's see if I had anything else to talk about. Oh yeah, the barbecue wasn't as good as the last video I did with that barbecue of doing the Mississippi style roast with the pork butt. Oh man, it was really good, but it was kind of too big for my crock pot. It was a pretty big butt. I think it was like 11 pounds or so. It was quite large, and I thought it'd be all right because I thought my crock pot was big enough, but I got it off and got it in it. I was like, there's no way I'll fit it and the pepperoncinis and everything in there. So I had to make the decision to switch over to my big old pot and put it in it. But oh, it was good. And those pepperoncinis, I'm a pepperoncini fan anyway. Just eating them on a salad or eating them with pizza or by themselves, just eating them. But them cooked like that, and they got that taste of the smoke and then taste of the pork and stuff. And they got kind of softer. And they were, oh man, they were good. I chowed down and ate the peppers down real fast. So so I chowed down on them real fast. And then the barbecue was really good itself. Ate on it for quite a few days, and then I made some barbecue tacos, which I need to do a video on it. Probably will. Just an easy one, but tasty one to do. Yeah. Here's a fun fact for you. In the UK, we both use imperial and metric measurements. We use miles for the roads and speed, pounds for body weight, and when ordering state like ounces. Oh, I figured y'all do meters per hour or whatever instead of using miles per hour or miles on the road or whatever. Hmm, interesting. But when buying gas, it's liters, and some food weighed in grams and kilos. Hmm. Hey there, Tracy. How are you doing? That's a new face to me or whatever, but hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming on in. Can I ask where you were born in? That's a interesting question. I'm not sure why you're asking, but uh, I guess I could could answer it as in Mississippi where I was born. So when buying a house, sometimes the size are given in feet and some are meters. So it was a total mix of both. Huh. Interesting. The year I was born, you got to read it properly. Oh, 86. I don't know. I guess you're wanting my age or whatever. 35, turned 36 this year there, Tracy. So, yeah, that would be weird. You like going to look for measurements and then it's feet and then it's um, um, meters in another one. So it would be odd, especially for us because we're used to the imperial. So I always have to think meters. I'm like, what is that? This is again, which I really kind of think yardage. If I think yards, I can kind of get it. I would have thought 25. Yeah, I'm a little bit older than that. I was born in '06. Oh, wow. So you young for sure. I was graduated high school almost then. So, wow. UK changed from imperial to metric in the '70s. A lot of things have stayed. Like we order a quarter pounder at McDonald's. My dad still uses imperial. Oh yeah, that would be a change if you use it, and all of a sudden, hey, we're changing to this. You'd be like, you'd have to think about stuff. You were in the 20s when I was born. Yeah, little little difference there, Tracy. But hey, glad to have you in here. Always good to chat with folks and see how they're doing. Hope they're doing well and chatting about barbecue or whatever else we want to talk about in here. So always good to see new faces for sure. Y'all got any more questions or anything else? Because it's been about an hour. I'll go ahead and sign on off. I just wanted to try that out and see how it was for y'all, and then do a quick kind of health update of PET scan stuff today, and then upcoming appointments and stuff like that. So, are you planning of having offspring? Oh, not anytime soon for sure. uh, not anytime soon. Yeah, but if y'all see that barbecue in the can here, just go ahead and know you can pass it up because it's not the greatest for sure. You should. It's a human safety program. Yeah, no. we've been looking at Bronco Pro. Any advice? Well, let's see. Pros about it. It easy to run. Um, I always get my charcoal chimney going good before I kind of pour it over like any more charcoal, so I can kind of get it going, get it lit off, and kind of let it stabilize for about 10-15 minutes or so, and then you can kind of start cooking on it. Um, Kind of neat that you can grill or smoke on it, so that's kind of a nice pro as well to me. So you can kind of bring the fire charcoal basket, sit it on top of your heat diffusers. That way, it's just right there at the top of the grate when you're grilling, and then if you're smoking, you just put it up under the heat diffuser. So, um, what else? Like I said, it's easy to run. Um, Hold temps really well. Yeah, it does. Once you've got it up and going, your charcoals are running pretty good. I can usually run it probably around, because it's got little numbers on the little dampers of like 2 to 4. And usually I'll run it, if I'm wanting it the kind of smoking temps, I run it about 2, and then my exhaust one, I leave it open all the time. But yeah, once it gets up and going, it'll hold the temp and run pretty well. You just look at it, and then that's all you got to do. You don't have to go change dampers or do anything else. So it's really easy to run to me. I like it. Now it is really it's heavy. I'll tell you that. It weighs like, on the box when it shipped it said 175, but on their website they say 178. So it's in the 170-pound range at least, we'll say. So it is pretty heavy. But once you kind of get it up, it'll roll around pretty easy. But if you were wanting to take it somewhere cooking or whatever else, you better have a friend, because it's going to be kind of heavy, or either have kind of like a good ramp that you could get it and kind of pull it on up, which it might be heavy doing that, pulling it up a ramp or whatever. But yeah, me and my dad assembled. Yeah, I did, and yeah, that too on the assembling. You got to do it. So it's not hard, and it's got really good instructions on what goes where and what all the parts are and stuff. Now you will have to have your own tools to put it together. So that's like a good screwdriver, Phillips head, maybe some ratchets and a wrench. I'm not sure the size. I can't remember what size it was, but yeah, I would say putting together, have a friend too, because the metal is kind of swelled out a little bit, and you got to press it in together to line up the bolts in the body, and it's kind of hard to get it pressed down and doing right. You're trying to get the threads right, and you don't want to cross thread it and mess it up. So I say have a friend when you assembling it as well. He'll make it much easier. But I mean, it's easy to begin with. It's just kind of need someone extra hands at that point, kind of to screw in, um, or to help to get those bolts kind of threaded in right, so you don't cross thread. But yeah, whole temp's good, easy to cook on, fun to cook on. Kind of a set it and forget it once you get it rolling. It's got a pretty big charcoal basket on it. I think it says it holds like 17 pounds, so you can get a long, long, long cook out of it. I think longest I've ever cooked though is usually all I ever cooks about 5 hours or so, maybe. So I don't really use the whole cook time or whatever of what it says it can cook up to. But yeah, and then you can grill on it, like I said too. So I like that about it. So it's fun to cook on. Kind of a little expensive, I'd say. I wish its price was a little lower, but I think you get your money's worth out of it for sure for what it is, and pretty good quality name with the Oklahoma Joes. So now they do have the Bronco, so it's not as big, but it's still a little cheaper. But you still do about the same thing with it. You can still grill and smoke and everything with it, and still can hang meats and stuff as well. So now the grill grate isn't as big, but you probably wouldn't be doing a lot of like butts or briskets or something like that, maybe. So, but yeah, I'd say skill, look around and see what kind of going to fit you all the best of what you want. Because it gives good flavor to me, really good flavor. It gets that kind of charcoaly top flavor, and then you kind of have the meat dripping over the coals, which is coming right back up on the meat as well. So that's a kind of nice, unique flavor that's really good that you get that kind of charcoaly type smoke. You don't have to put that many wood chunks in there as well. Maybe one or two just to get that good smoke on there. If you kind of put more, you can kind of get over smoky. Depending on the size, if they're little bitty like chips, you might have to put more. But if they're good sized chunks, you won't have to put as much. But definitely want to cross thread. I made that. Yeah, definitely don't want to do that. Especially if you've spent the money on it, you don't want to mess it up for sure. Probably mentioned it before, but what if you compare the prior to the purchase? What if any do you compare it to prior to purchase? Uh, I'm not really sure because I'd never really smoked on any drum smokers or anything before because I've seen the pit barrels and thought they were pretty neat, and then the ugly drum smokers as well. And I was kind of a Oklahoma Joe's fan since we've had that offset for probably 11 plus years. So I kind of just went with it. And to color, I really like the orange color on it. So that's kind of what I went with. But it gives a nice different flavor. That kind of that grilled charcoal flavor, and then you can add in whatever smoke that you want. So I like that as well. It gives kind of a more unique smoke taste to it. But yeah, they're fun to cook on for sure. And I liked it for the versatility of the grilling or the smoking. So the orange is cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, orange and green are my kind of favorite colors anyway. So I kind of wanted to go with orange. It only comes in orange or black, so it would be neat if they had more colors. I guess you could find someone to do a custom paint job, but that'd be more cost added in for sure. So, but yeah, I'd say just keep looking around, see what's gonna fit y'all best. But any of the kind of barrel cookers are fun to cook on, and gonna kind of give you the same type of results. It's just whichever ones that you're kind of wanting. They're still gonna all run pretty much the same as well. Just the charcoal basket or whatever else, and fill her up and let her go. So now the pit barrel I don't think it has a heat diffuser, but like any of the ugly drum smokers, I think you can add or buy a heat diffuser for them. So that might be cost as well. Just whatever you want. You just have to kind of look around and see. But yeah, all of them are gonna be fun to cook on. I think kind of convenient to cook on as well. You don't have to kind of sit with them as much as a offset or whatever. So, and gives you, I think, more flavor than a pellet smoker or whatever. And they're pretty close to the kind of set it and forget it once you get them up and going. So, but yeah, that's kind of quick little pros and cons on it to me. So, I just have to see. I'm interested to see what you go with for sure. Some of the local hardware stores are having demos this weekend. Oh, cool! That'd be fun. Maybe you could check it out and see what they have, and especially if they're cooking stuff, that'd be a plus for sure. To maybe chow down on something good. That'd be fun. I know I'd be up for that food. Woohoo! Especially if it was free. Oh, yeah, that would be neat for sure. Mm. Well, already, folks. I appreciate y'all being with me here and chatting with me and seeing how the canned barbecue was. It was something to try for sure. So not the best. So if you see it, you can know John tried it and it wasn't the best. So, but yeah, it's always fun talking to y'all and chatting with y'all and seeing how y'all's doing. So, hope y'all have a great weekend and stay cool. So, I'll see y'all later.